One of the most important decisions we make in life is choosing our connections, our friendships. Who you share your dreams with makes a difference in your ability to achieve those dreams. Hey, I'm Terri Savelle, your cheerleader of dreams. I want to tell you a rags to riches story that was totally the result of 4 wise words from a very wealthy man. And I believe it 100%. This changes everything. But first, I want to say a special thank you to all of my ministry partners and tell you how much I genuinely appreciate you. I want you to know you are making such a difference. And ladies, guess what? We are taking my Icing Women's event, Icing, to London, England, this month. Now, this is a huge leap of faith and a dream come true to take the Icing Conference across the pond to the beautiful British girls. We're holding this conference at Kensington Hall. It just sounds royal, doesn't it? So I want you to register for this incredible girls trip to London. Now, I know some of you have London on your vision board. Well, this is the perfect excuse or reason to go and meet other girls. I think we have 15 nations registered already. So click the link in the description to get your ticket to Icing London today. Okay, let's talk about this vital key to success. You may have heard me tell this before about a certain species of fish. They say you put this fish in a small aquarium and it'll stay small. You take that very same fish and you release it into a large body of water and it will grow to its intended size. Well, the article I read said that people are the same way. If you stay in a small, limited, harsh environment, you'll stay small. But if you get around people who think big, who dream big, who believe God can do anything, then you're going to grow to the size God intended for you to grow, right? So let me ask you, in reference to your big dreams and goals for this year, do your current relationships support these pursuits? Like, would your friends laugh if they ever saw your vision board? Would they laugh and think, why are you even making a vision board? Would they snicker and sarcastically say, in your dreams? Or would they try to talk you out of going after what God has put in your heart to do? Would they say it's a waste of time? Those type of dreams don't happen for people like us. If so, you need to consider distancing yourself or eliminating your time spent with those type of dream stealers. Misery loves company, right? Well, you know, today you often hear the term success coach. In fact, I'm often introduced as one. And I love that word coach because in Kevin Hall's book, Aspire, he explains how the word coach came from the old horse-drawn coaches that were developed in the town of Cox during the 15th century. Now, he says these vehicles, these coaches, were used to transport not only royalty, but over time they carried valuables, mail, passengers. Well, the truth is, we still need coaches to get to where we want to be, right? You need your very own coach. You need somebody who's helping you grow, improve, increase, and even enlarge your ability to think and take you to your desired destination, right? Let me show you how important your associations are. John Assaraf tells a story of how he was simply a street kid who'd been involved in the world of drugs and gangs, and one day he got a job at a gym in the Jewish community center, and he was living across the street from his apartment in Montreal. You may have heard of him. But just from what appeared to be this simple, low-paying job, his entire life changed by the principle that you become like the people you spend the most time with. John was only making like $1.65 an hour, but he was also given access to the men's health club, which he says that's where his destiny began to just move in a new direction. John said he received his early education in business in the sauna. Now listen to this. Each night after work, for about 45 minutes, he would just sit in the steam room and just listen. He wanted to learn everything he could from these successful businessmen who were sharing their stories with each other of success and failure. He said he was mesmerized by their setbacks and their successes. He said he began to realize that everybody fails from time to time. His family wasn't the only one facing difficulties. He said he just learned that's part of life. And then he learned you got to fight for your dreams. He said these men taught him the powerful principle of determination and never giving up on your dreams. fact, John said, no matter what the failure, they told him, try another way, try going up, try going over, around, through, but never give up. There's always a way. Well, John said just hanging out and listening to those intelligent men, John Assaraf changed the way he saw life, his future, his potential, his destiny. Well, today, he's a multimillionaire, international best-selling author, a successful entrepreneur. Well, Tony Robbins says it like this: success leaves clues. Now, let me start out by saying that who you hang around has everything to do with where you end up in life. T.D. Jakes says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So the truth is, your success can be determined in part by who you surround yourself with, but it can also be determined by who you do not surround yourself with, right? One of the most important decisions we make in life is choosing our connections, our friendships. Who you share your dreams with makes a difference in your ability to achieve those dreams. After all, think about this. When Joseph announced his big dream to his family, they wanted to kill him. You might need to keep your mouth closed around certain people, even some of your closest family members. Now, I've shared this story on several podcasts, but I thought it's worth sharing again. But it's about a man who went from rags to riches after he decided to change his friendships. He said he just looked around one day at his closest friends and noticed they equally hated hard work and had no intention or desire to improve their lives. So out of curiosity, he asked a very wealthy man who wasn't more talented or more educated than him. He just asked him, he said, how did you become so successful? And the wealthy man said 4 words. He said, keep the right company. So he did. He said he followed that advice by making a list. Now, my fingernails are so thick, it's hard to pick this up. But here's what he did. He said he decided to get around people, connect with people at seminars and conferences who wanted more out of life. So he began making connections with these new goal-oriented people. But he also made a list. He said one column was for people who would drag him down. If they drug him down, he would spend no more than 5 minutes with them. If they could improve his life, he spent as much time as possible with them. Here's what he said. After following the make it or break it list, within 3 years, he was a millionaire. Keep the right company, right? 3 years, that's all it took. Well, Aristotle Onassis said it like this. He said he was so convinced of this principle that years ago, he would advise graduates to live in the best neighborhood in the most supportive city for the sake of their personal and professional lives, their mindset. Here's what he said. Even if it means living in the attic, he was convinced that you would absorb the lifestyle and the mindset of the environment by osmosis, and consequently, you would rise to its level. And you might even say, Terri, I don't have a lot of successful people to just hang around. Well, you can start by reading their books. Of people you admire, you can literally be mentored through books, audios, coaching courses, conferences. You know, they say the cheapest way to learn is from someone else's mistakes, right? Well, since we become like those we spend the most time with, it's of utmost importance that you choose your mentors wisely. So think of it like this. Simply by listening to their audios, you're going to begin to talk like them. By reading their books, you're going to begin to think like them. In watching and observing their mannerisms, you're going to start to imitate them. That's why you're going to love your free download this week. I put together, with the help of some of my team, our top 10 personal growth books that everyone should read. So if you're wondering, where do I start to find good information to fill my mind with? I'm telling you, this list is priceless. It's going to help you start with one book, one page, one day at a time. So just click the link in the description and get this free download right now. You know, I found out years ago, successful people use every opportunity they have to learn. You're never going to view your drive time as wasted time ever again. And you might even enjoy getting stuck in traffic because you're learning more by listening to audiobooks. In fact, my dear friend, Pastor Brendan White, pastors a thriving church in the heart of Paris, France. Well, one time on our ministry trip there, he got stuck in Paris traffic for 6 hours. Well, out of compassion, I said, Brendan, you seem so content. I said, were you frustrated? He said, first of all, I'm in Paris. How can I complain? Which I agree with that. And then he said, It gave me 6 hours to build my faith. He said, I'm exploding inside. So I want you to view your commute time as another opportunity to grow. Borrow audio messages from friends. Download messages on your phone. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hey, I want to ask you real quick if you would subscribe. And let me tell you, that means so much to me and to my team. And I want you to know we appreciate it so much. But the point is, set yourself up to succeed. When I'm folding laundry, I'm listening to messages. When I'm loading the dishwasher, I'm listening to messages. When I'm carrying the folded laundry to the rooms they go in, I'm listening to messages. When I'm on a treadmill, I'm listening to messages. When I'm putting on makeup, and I wear a lot, I'm listening to messages. Why? Because we become like those we spend the most time with. I'm spending time with mentors who are helping me grow. So be sure to get your free download of my top 10 recommended books to help you grow this year and keep the right company. Thank you for watching, and I'm cheering you on to live your dreams.